of ex-military living around on the streets, you know.
Yeah.
And this one got a place like a B&B down in Margate, sunny Margate, you know.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, I'll go down there because he got me a room down there. And then it was very, very hard. We had a tacky landlord. Anyway, but I started, after I moved down there, it wasn't a nice environment really, but anyway, it was too late. I started having problems with my health. I was drinking a little bit more. I found myself a job anyway, and I finished work on a Sunday evening, 7 o'clock, and 10:30 at night I collapsed on the floor. So a paddy friend that was living there seen me and called the ambulance. So I ended up in hospital, and there was a snowdrop medical assistant in the ambulance, and he was looking after me. And I said, oh, shiny shoes, you must be some veteran. And he goes, hi. RAF police, oh, you're blooming snowdrop. So I ended up in hospital, and that's when here, there, and everywhere, about 3 in the morning, I had a double operation.
A double operation at 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah. Emergency. I had to call the operating team in, and first appendix and perforated duodenal ulcer. So that was my big operation. And when I woke up a few days later, and the specialist said to me, you smoke? Yes. Do you drink? Yes. You have to stop it. Do you like spicy foods? Yes. Stop it. So I said, I have to stop drinking and smoking. Yes. I goes, I'll stop. I was weighing up the two differences. The worst of the two was the drink, you know, because fags, you can cut them down, you know.
Yeah.
Stop the drinking altogether. I wouldn't even walk near a pub. I'd go round, you know.
Yeah.
And it was very, very hard. And it's mind over matter, basically. And slowly, it took me over a year to get my life sorted out then, because it took a long, long time to recuperate after that operation, you know.
Yeah.
Then I started doing a few agency jobs, get a few bob together and everything like that. And then there was nothing much going in England. Couldn't get anywhere to live. It was pathetic. And I decided to go to Ireland. I got involved with somebody. Long story with bad ending, and I legged it because she tried to break my arm. And I ended up down south and stayed in a night shelter in the south. Started going to school every day, 5 days a week. And I ended up getting an apartment with them. And that's how, then I thought, I got an apartment, brilliant, positive thinking, and found myself a little job, get a community employment scheme thing.
Yeah.
Got a few bob together, bits and pieces in the apartment, and then I just got myself a computer. And then I met my wife on the internet. She come and stayed with me, and then we had to move because it was a single person's apartment. And now, this very moment, we're now living in a little 2-bedroom house with a back garden and front garden. So it's all mind over matter. And when I was roaming around in London, there was really nowhere where you could go to get information because nobody wanted to know you. You know, you was there shut down in someone's doorway. If it's raining, come on, move on. But there was no such thing now. Internet now is, there's so many things you can find on the internet at the press of a button. When I was down, nobody really wanted to talk with you, really. They didn't even want to sit in their place. You couldn't go in a pub to sit down because it was cold outside. You know, they expect you to buy something, and whatever to stay in.
Yeah.
You know, so it was very, very hard. And it was a big life-changing thing for me because, like, if you can't be positive, then you don't get nothing. Your life will just go down and down and down and down and down, and you'll be so down you haven't got the strength to lift yourself up, you know. So
yeah. Well, I totally get what you're saying about the having to develop that positive attitude. And, you know, without that, then you're never going to be able to get hold of your bootstraps and pull yourself up. You never have the energy. And some people, yourself, you've done it for yourself. Some people can have the positive energy and say, right, well, I can find help. I'll go and find it, and that is the way back to a better life, a more stable life. You've done it yourself, mate, and that is absolutely fantastic.
See, because what I used to do, okay, Sapper Ken, is I used to get a newspaper every day and look what properties are there. You know, just to give you something to do. It keeps you mind occupied. Oh, there's a nice place. Oh, shall I go and have a look at it? You know, even though you don't have dosh to do it, it keeps you on the top step, sort of.
Yeah, maybe keep that flame of hope alive.
Yeah, I used to do it every day, even when I was in Dublin.
Did you?
Got an apartment. I used to look in the paper every day for places.
Yeah.
You can go on the bus and go and have a look, even.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I ask, when you were doing it, when you were doing that initially, was that maybe some way of distracting yourself from the booze?
Yes, it was. It was, because when you're doing something, you're not thinking about drinking or smoking. You smoke, yes, but you're not thinking about drinking.
Yeah.
You know, because you go somewhere you can't smell of booze, like, you know. They're going to think, we don't want you, mate, you know.
Yeah.
So it's another way of distracting you from the alcohol, you know. And, like, it's very, very hard now. And the thing is, there's so many places that you can, every 5 doors you can buy booze anywhere, really, you know.
Yeah.
And it's some people's way of keeping themselves occupied. Takes their mind off problems and whatever, but in the long run, it kills you. And I was nearly there, you know.
Well, my story's out there as well, mate. I've had my run-ins. I've had my demons with the booze. I do still drink now, but I changed the reason why I drank. I used to drink to hide from the nightmares and things like that. I now drink because I enjoy it when I can afford it.
Yes.
So, you know, it was a change of attitude. It was a change of mindset. And you've been talking mind over matter, that sort of thing. You know, the reason why I used to drink, I don't need to anymore. I found a way of stopping the nightmares. So, Eric, it's been absolutely great. And your story is inspirational. Now, at this point in your life, you're actually unable to work, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm unable to work, yes. I've got back problems and arthritis, and I can't work. I want to work, but I can't. So I occupy myself. A little granddaughter, she comes 2 times a week, and every other comes 3 times a week, and 2 times a week. And I serve in church. So my week is sort of occupied in a different way. It keeps your mind off things, and because, believe me, life is not easy this day and age, and if you don't try yourself, you don't get nothing. And like going back on things, I was in Northern Ireland, and even today, you got now Halloween is coming and bonfire night.
Yep.
If bangs go, I jump. That's still a reminder from Northern Ireland in the 70s.
Yeah.
So that never goes away. And unfortunate thing is, like, squaddies don't like to say anything or admit to anything, and you know that, Ken.
Unfortunately, yes.
And I don't really try to ask for help unless it's really necessary. I have a couple of times used SAFA when I wanted to move. They helped me to move and decorate my house and things like that.
Yeah.
So they're a brilliant organization. And British Legion also. And any vet who is in trouble, don't hesitate to go and pay them a visit. Even one telephone call, that's all it needs. And they will help you no end. And they've helped me. And I would like anybody in trouble, they can call them for anything. And they will put you in touch with somebody else.
That's right. I know that from personal experience as well. I too in the past have been helped by SAFA and the Legion and a couple of the other charities. And you know, yes, as you say, anybody in trouble, anybody with a service background, or the family members of anybody with a service background can go to the Legion, and as you quite rightly said, they'll give advice, they'll give help where they can, and if they can't get it, they know the other charities and agencies to direct you to.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
They're brilliant. They're worth it. And the shame is now, I don't know about much in England, but here in Ireland, before there used to be clubs, here in Ireland there is no club where you can go.
Well, you mean the British Legion Club?
There is none.
They're getting very, very few and far between. The actual clubs, the meeting places that sold beer and that, the members clubs, a lot of them have shut down in this country.
They were brilliant then because you could go in there and you could talk and you could have fun and people were there. Oh, if you needed advice and they'd be.
Yeah, I mean in the UK now, a lot of those. They still have their monthly meetings, but they meet in hotels or working men's clubs. The actual premises that were open sort of 7 nights a week, as you're talking about, the majority, I think, the majority of them are shut. I know our local one here in Northamptonshire, or local to me, closed down several years ago.
It's sad, really, but anyway, British Legion, SAFA, one telephone call, and they will help you. And if you're in London, there's lots of places in London where you can go for help.
Yeah, there are now, yeah.
There is near Victoria Station, there is a Veterans Association place where you can go in there, and they will put you in contact with anybody. They will help you even if you need to get a place to live.
Oh, fantastic. I didn't know about that. I'll have to check that one out. Thank you for that.
1 second. I got a card here. I will tell you what is written on the card. And then you will know. And you pass it on.
Well, you're passing it on, mate, by reading it out.
So, let me find it here 1 second now. Okay, so it is Veterans Aid.
Veterans Aid.
Yes, in 40 Buckingham Palace Road, London, SW1WORE. Telephone number +44 0 20 78 28 24 68.
Well, thank you for that. What I will do is I'll find them on the internet. I'll find them on the internet, and I will put a post up on our Facebook page.
www.veterans-aid.net, and that's their website.
Okay, well, I'll find that, and I'll put a link up on the Facebook page, and probably on the chat board the evening that I put this interview that I'm doing with you now, the evening that goes out on the radio, I'll put that up there so anybody listening can pick up on it.
Because Veterans Aid, they're all ex-military, and they're a good bunch of guys. They will help anybody.
Okay.
Any problem, they will try and